Gina.
So, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Nicole.
I'm your discussant, and I'm going to discuss about the genetically modified organisms, or GMO. Quick background. Quick background muna tayo, guys. Rosalie Eliasus of 2001, a former overseas Filipino worker in Singapore, turned into farmer. Attended the Integrated Pest Management or Farmers Field School and was introduced to Viticorn. So, Viticorn, ito po ang Viticorn, Bacillus thuringiensis, natural occurring soil bacterium, and it has activity against different types of insect or corn borer. Viticorn is a genetically modified corn that is resistant to that destructive Asian corn. Si Rosalie Eliasus po, siya yung nag-volunteer ng kanyang
Research.
ng kanyang lupain.
Lupain.
Oo, na 4.7 tons per acre as compared to a regular yield of 4.2 tons per hectare. So, yung field niya, yun yung pinagpagamit niya na gawin ng experiment ng for Viticorn na po. Imbis na 7.2 tons ang magagamit na pesticide, naging nagbaba po siya sa 4.2 na lang na hanggang sa masolusyonan po ang Viticorn borer. Ang genetic engineering. Genetic engineering, please read. Ayan na.
Genetic engineering is the artificial manipulation or alteration of genes. It was in 1951 when the term genetic engineering was coined by John Williamson, author of the science fiction novel Dragon's. The general process of genetic engineering is the deliberate manipulation of the organism's genes, where it may involve transfer of genes from other organisms.
Genetic engineering po, ito yung kumukuha ng desirable or gusto mo na gene or DNA sa isang organism, tapos ililipat mo po siya sa isang organism. Yan po ang genetic engineering. So, genetically modified organism or GMO is a term used for an organism created through genetic engineering. According to sabi ni Ante April, pero WHO, ang World Health Organization na organisms, either plant, animal, or microorganism in which the genetic material or DNA has been altered in a way that does not occur naturally by mating or natural combination. So, ito po ang GMO is also referred to us as transgenic. Transgenic po is a product of genetic engineering. Yan po ang tawag na sa genetically modified organism. Tawag na po dyan sa mga nag-undergo ng genetic engineering.
Parang transgender din,
Yeah, transgenic na. Kasi gene lang, may certain gene lang na binago sa kanila. So, ito po, this is a diagram of how bacterial gene is introduced through genetic engineering to plant cells and tissues to develop a breed a genetically modified plant. Yan, may kinuha lang pong isang parte ng gene and DNA, tapos nilipat po siya hanggang nag-produce na siya ng ibang plant na. Parang may iba ng characteristic ang plant na. May iba na siya. Kunyari, prone siya sa pest na ganito, tapos nag-undergo sa genetic engineering, nawala na yung ganyan. Kaya nabago siya. So, GMOs in food and agricultural industries. So, number 1 is pest resistance. Genetically modified plants to resist certain pests. Example po niyan, ito na ang Viticorn. The DNA genome of the Viticorn has been modified with the gene of Bacillus thuringiensis, a soil bacterium that produces proteins which are toxic to corn borers. Yung Viticorn po, nag-undergo siya ng genetic engineering na magiging na mag-produce po siya ng toxic na panglaban nito sa mga worm na to. Ito ang corn borers, yung mga, po, dito, kahit sa palengke, nakakita pa tayo ng mga corn na may mga butas. Yun po. Yung mga butas na yun, dinaanan po yan ng mga corn borers. So, number 2 po, ang virus resistance. Genetically modified plants to resist certain viruses. Example po niyan, ang GM papaya or rainbow papaya. The papaya ring spot virus, or also known as PRSP, is known to be detrimental to papaya plants. The proteins of PRSB was introduced to the papaya plant tissues, which turned out to be resistant to the virus itself. Yung mga, yan, ito, yung mga ring spot, nag-undergo ulit sila, may mga scientists or ano po na nag-invent para mag-produce na papaya na resistant na po siya sa papaya ring spot para maganda po talaga ang lalabasan ng papaya. So, number 3 po, ang herbicide tolerance. Genetically modified plants to tolerate herbicide. Roundup Ready soybean. Ayan po yan, product po yan. Ang Roundup Ready soybean. An herbicide for weeds was introduced to soybeans, making it tolerant to herbicide itself. Farmers can spray the herbicide killing the weeds but not the soybeans. Ayan po yung product, yung Roundup soybean, product po yan na herbicide na kahit i-spray mo yan sa
Paniwan.
mga tanim na soybeans, hindi mamamatay yung soybeans, kundi yung mga weeds lang na nasa paligid niya. So, yung genetically modified na Roundup Ready soybeans, yung ginawa siya na hindi siya makakapatay ng soybeans, pero makakapatay siya ng weeds na nasa paligid ng soybeans. Ang number 4, ang fortification, genetically modified plants, fortified with certain minerals. Golden rice. Yung example po niya, golden rice.
Beta
Was
carotene.
introduced through biosynthesis genes to the rice, making the rice grade fortified with it. Parang pinag-enhance lang yung rice na magpuproduce, na magkakaroon siya ng maraming vitamins.
Fortification, need of fortification.
Genetics preservation, ginagamit din po sa preservation. Genetically modified plants resist natural discoloration. Yung Arctic apple. The apple variety was genetically modified to suppress the browning of apple due to superficial damage. Yung, di ba po ang apple, pag binuksan natin, nag-brown siya agad. Tapos itong Arctic apple, genetically modified siya na parang pinoprolong niya bago siya maging brown. Kasi di ba yung sa atin, mababayaan mo lang, slice mo, mababayaan mo lang ng 5 minutes, brown na siya, hindi na siya kaaya-aya kainin. Parang ano na siya, dirty na, dirty pa naman. Pero ano lang, hindi mo siya talaga dirty pa. Nag-undergo siya, may yung Arctic apple, nag-undergo nga po ng
Genetic engineering.
Genetically modified, genetic engineering na hindi na siya mabilis mag-brown. At ang number 6 po, ang increased growth rate, genetically modified plants, fortified with certain minerals. Example, aqua advantage salmon. Achieved from an ocean fowl, an eel-like fish was introduced to Pacific Chinook salmon, making the salmon grow faster than its normal rate. Di ba po, ang salmon masyadong mahal kasi mahirap siya
Hulihin.
hulihin. Tsaka, onti pa lang ang kanilang
Species.
So, yan, gumawa ng isang genetically modified, yan pong aqua advantage salmon na mas mabilis siyang mag-produce, lumaki, para mas mabilis siyang mahuli, mabenta sa market. So, GMOs in non-food crops and organisms. Kanina po sa agriculture, ngayon tayo sa non-food crops and microorganisms. Number 1 po dyan, ang flower production. Basahin mo po, Rosalie.
Number 1. Number 1, flower production. GMOs in the flower production are seen in modified color and extended base life of flowers. Example, the blue roses.
Yan. Example po niya ng blue roses. Ang blue roses po, hindi man talaga yan lagi siya purple. Pero nung nag-undergo po siya, naging genetically modified, yung effect po nung kinuha na binilagay sa kanyang gene ay naging blue siya. Kaya tinawag siyang blue roses. So, number 2 po ang paper production. Basa po ako. Arbo.
Sis.
Paper production. Modify characteristics of trees for higher yield of paper production. Example, the popular trees. Ano yan? Lignin? Lignin is a complex polymer in trees that is removed from wood to make paper through craft process. Through inserting genes that code for ferulic acid in young popular trees, the lignin structure is modified, making lignin easier to break down.
Ang paper, ginamit ko siya. Yung
Easier.
popular trees, isa siyang genetically modified organism na para lang siyang may in-inject yung sa isang parte ng trees para pag ginawa siya na paper, mas madali at mas maganda, mas smooth ang product na paper na makukuha sa kanya. Pero yung pinag-modified siya sa mga bata pang trees para paglaki, maganda na po ang kanilang nalabas. So number 3 po, pharmaceutical productions. Modified plants to produce pharmaceutical products. Example, the Wrinkle plants. Bacterial genes were added to the
Periwinkle.
periwinkle plant to enhance the production of vinblastine and alkaloid ovally added to drugs or for cancer treatments like Hodgkin's lymphoma. Ito po,
Sa mga gamot.
opo, ginagamit na siya. Ay, nag-undergo siya. Ay, genetically modified organism na siya na ginagamit na panggamot dyan sa cancer. Kaya tulad po ng Hodgkin's lymphoma. Ang number 4 po, ang bioremediation. Babasa po ako. Camille.
Bioremediation. Use of modified plants that can assist in the bioremediation of polluted sites. Example, the shrub, tobacco, Nicotiana, Noca, or tobacco.
Tobacco. Yes, tobacco.
Tobacco, genetically modified with phytosteroid, aka PEC.
Bago na
It's
ako.
used for bioremediation. It shows high level accumulation of zinc, lead, cadmium, nickel, and boron, and produces high virus.
Ang bioremediation po, ito po yung mga microorganism or other forms of life to consume and break down environmental pollutant. In short, nakakatulong sila linisin yung air sa circulating community para mabawasan yung
Pollution.
pollution.
Sige.
So, number 5, enzyme and drug production. James, baka gusto mo.
Enzyme and drug production. Use of modified microorganisms that can produce enzymes for food processing and medicine. Examples, cyclomaltodextrin, glycosyltransferase.
Also known as CGTase.
An enzyme used for food flavor enhancer is produced in higher quantity by Bacterium bacillus, which was genetically modified with the gene of a thermophilic anaerobe, Thermoana Aerobacter bearing CGTase.
Scientific terms kasi.
Scientific terms, oo nga po. Ay, yun lang naman yan, enzyme and drug production. Kaya ano po siya, genetically modified organism na pwede siyang mag-produce ng enzyme for drug production. Example po niyan, ito ay iba ang other example nito, yung artemisinin. artemisinin. Sinic acid is a compound used for anti-malarial drug extracted from sweet wood plant. Through genetic engineering, it can be synthetically produced by yeast and bacteria with sweet.
Word do
Oh, yan.
plant gene.
Parang, ginagamit siya sa... Hindi,
Anti-malarial drug?
yung sa malaria, di ba nakuha ko di ba yan sa lamok ko lang?
Oo, malaria.
Yan. Yan po, yan. Yan.
Yan.
Number 6, genetically modified organisms. In the medical field, genetic engineering play a significant role from diagnosis to treatment of human-related diseases. It helps in the production of drugs, gene therapy, and laboratory research. Example po niyan ang insulin. Genetically engineered insulin used for type 1 diabetes patients who are insulin dependent. Sila na sa diabetic. Oo, yung mga diabetic na hindi na kaya laban, hindi na sila pwedeng, kunyari, hindi na pwedeng mabuhay na, hindi na kaya. Pag wala insulin, masyadong tabla. Yes po. So, benefits of genetically
Modified organisms.
Number 1, higher efficiency in farming. With the use of pesticide resistant or herbicide tolerant, genetically modified organisms crops, malilas yung paggamit ng herbicides at pesticides. At syempre, pag nalas yung paggamit ng herbicide at pesticide,
Less din yung harm sa environment.
mas malilas din yung labor, yung bayad mo sa labor, saka sa cultivation. Kaya, efficient po siya sa farming. So, number 2 is increase in harvest. Genetically modified organism crops resistant to pests and diseases means increase in potential growth of harvest. Siyempre, genetically modified na sila,
More
resistant
production.
na sila sa mga virus, sa mga wala na. Talagang masyadong dadami na yung harvest ng mga farmers. And number 3, control infertility. Controlling the purity of the hybrid seeds or GMO seeds mas siguradong maraming bunga at tubo. Yan. So, number 4, increase in food processing. Altered characteristics of GMO crops help ease food processing. Number 5, improvement of desirable characteristics. So, di ba, ang GMO, kukuha ka ng certain gene para malipat sa isang organism. Siyempre, pag kumuha ka na nun, hindi mo man yung gagawin para lang sumama yung isang organism.
For improvement.
Siyempre, gagawin mo yun para mag-improve na yung isang organism. Kaya, improvement for desirable characteristics. Number 6, nutritional and pharmaceutical enhancement. Ayan, self-explanatory po pala. Nutritional and pharmaceutical enhancement. Ginagamit siya para mas marami tayong mag-produce pagdating sa pharmaceutical, sa gamot. Reduce, and number 7, last, reduce the use of fertilizers and pesticides. Siyempre, kung may benefits,
May risk.
yan, may mga potential risks ang GMOs. Number 1 is
Since genetic engineering is still a young branch of science, there are inadequate studies on the effects of GMOs to humans and the environment. The engineering promotes mutation in organisms which the long-term effect is still unknown. Human consumption of GMOs might have the following effects: more allergic reactions, gene mutation, antibiotic resistance, and nutritional value.
ito pong sa number 1, since genetic engineering is still young branch of science, there are inadequate studies pa. May inadequate studies pa siya. So, example po niyan, yung genetically modified organism, pag siya namatay, pwedeng mapasa yung pinasa sa kanyang
Gene.
organism, pwedeng mapasa pa sa iba. So, pwedeng Siyempre, ginawa siya na compatible sa organism na namatay. Siyempre, pag pumasa siya sa iba, baka hindi siya compatible, makakaging sanhi pa siya ng kapangitan ng isang organism. So number 2, GMO crop resistant to certain pesticides. Pwede makatrigger ng mga or makabuo ng panibagong pest resistance. Yan, makakagawa nga ng panibagong pest resistance. At yung number 3, siyempre, yung modified gene pwedeng mapasa or ma-integrate sa bacterial genes na pwedeng mapunta sa gene modification or mutation. Potential environmental risk caused by
GMO.
genetically modified organisms. Number 1 is risk in gene flow. Number 2, emergence of new forms of resistance and secondary pest and weeds problems. And number 3, combination of virus and bacteria to produce new pathogens. Very self-explanatory naman po yan. Yan. Next, proceed. Potential
Human risk.
human health risk caused by
Health.
GMOs.
Consumption.
Babasa na lang po tayo lahat.
Consumption of GMOs may have adverse effects since it is not naturally or organically produced. Consumption of GMOs may other of existing microorganisms in the human digestive system. Production of toxins may be detrimental to human health, and production of allergens may have adverse effects on humans.
Siyempre, hindi pa naman talaga kasi siya masyadong may mga na-studyhan na talaga. Yung iba, in-studyhan siya, pero hindi talaga compatible. Iba-iba kasi di ba ang capacity ng katawan natin. So may iba-ibang epekto. Kaya ayan, yan pa ang potential human health risk. So other potential risk that
Race
raise
media.
major concern. So human
Genome Project.
Genome Project or HGP. Mapping of human genes to
Provide
framework for research and studies in the field of medicine. Ayan yung parang pwede siyang manipula yung studies, certain studies, na mag-produce siya ay result sa ibang effect sa ating, ayan, sa medicine. So, ang next po, application of genetically engineered microorganisms. Genetically modified bacteria and viruses may mutate to become more resistant or virulent. Thus, may cause more dreadful diseases for humanity.
Imbis ng maayos.
Masyado na siya masama sa atin. pag later, o ay parang, pag tumatagal, nagiging masama na sa ating sarili, sa ating kalusugan. At last, ang cloning. Yan, si Dolly. Siya si Dolly. This is asexual reproduction of an organism using parent cell through genetic engineering. In February 24, 1997, the first mammal, si Dolly, a sheep from Scotland, was born po yan, through cloning. With its celebrated success came from the fear of human cloning, and it emerged the ethical issues of man playing God. Si Dolly, nabuo siya, walang sexual na sheep. Talagang clone, talagang ginawa lang. From cell, kumuha lang ng cell sa daman sexual.
Ganda mga tupusod.
Kaya siya, yan, si Dolly, na-produce siya through cloning. Kaya parang, nung na-produce siya, syempre, yung mga scientists, yung mga nag-aaral sa kanya, masaya. Kasi successful yung studies nila. Syempre, na yung mga hindi naman naniniwala sa science, nagsasabi na, ayan, na playing God na ang science na.
Against na siya sa...
So, biosafety, syempre yung mga studies, hindi naman yung pwedeng mag-proceed lang yan na mag-proceed na walang yung mga walang certain na kailangan pagdaanan sa kanilang studies. So ito ang biosafeties on genetically modified organisms.
Codex.
Basta na lang po. The Codex Alimentarius Commission.
The Food and Agricultural Organization (FAO), together with the World Health Organization (WHO), the Codex Alimentarius Commission (Codex). Codex is an intergovernmental body that develops the Codex Alimentarius, known as the International Food Code. Codex is responsible for the development of standard codes and practices, guidelines, and recommendations on food safety. Codex has developed principles
Ayan po ang expiration niya. Nilagay ko kasi siya kasi di ba po pinakuna yung pagpasa ng PPT namin para pag nagpasa kayo, expiration. Ayan po expiration. Yung codex. Yan. Yung tatlong yan na po. Yan.
Card.
Ito ang pangalawa. Ang
Protocol on Biosafety. Established in 2003, Cartagena Protocol is an international environmental treaty that regulates the transboundary movements of living modified organisms, or LMOs. The Cartagena Protocol requires exporters to seek consent from the importers before its shipment of LMOs. WHO 2004.
yung codex, parang siya yung head, parang siya yung talagang pinaka dapat na sinusunod ang nag-undergo ng genetic
Engineering.
So, bago yung nagawa mo yung genetically modified organism, ito naman ang Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. Siya yung kailangan mong i-contact para sa shipment ng genetically modified mong organism na nagawa. At ang last, ang
International Trade Agreement of
GM food and food products.
The agreement requires exporters of GM food and food products to label their products and give rights to importing parties to reject or accept the GM products. The premise of this policy is that consumers have the right to know and the freedom to choose GM or non-GM products. Correct.
The National Trade Agreement on labeling. Ito naman yung, siyempre, pag
Na manufacture.
yung organism
Na altern.
kumbaga na-distribute mo na sa iba't ibang lugar, ito na, siya naman yung maglalagay ng mga
Details.
kung ano, specs ng organism na yun, kung para kunyari ikaw, ako bibili no, malalaman ko kung ano yung nasa loob no.
Nutritional facts.
Yan, siya ang
Responsible.
Basta siya.
Basta siya.
So, GMO, syempre, kung
Sa Philippines.
meron din ang Pilipinas na ang GMOs in Philippine context. Ang nilagay ko po dito, timeline na lang, kasi masyadong mahaba po yan. Sa 1990s, creation of National Committee on Biosafety of the Philippines. Diyan pa lang po, nagkakaroon tayo ng ayan pong National Committee, NCBP, 1990s. Kaya medyo bago pa po talaga ang tayo naging bukas or na-introduce sa genetically modified organism. So, 1998, the NCBP developed the guidelines on the planned release of genetically manipulated organism or GMOs and potential harmful exotic species. Yan. Diyan sila nagawa ng mga guidelines na kung pwede bang i-release sa public yung genetically modified organism na yun or hindi. So, nasa 2002, the Department of Agriculture released Administrative Order Number 8, the guideline for importation and release into the environment of GM plants and products. Ito na ginawa yung guideline na Administrative Order Number 8 na pwede nang i-release yung pagpasado ka sa guideline na yan, pwede mo nang i-release yung genetically modified plants and plant products. Sa 2004, Philippines was classified by the National Service for Acquisitions of Agri-Biotech Applications as one of the 14 biotech mega countries which grow 50,000 hectares or more of genetically modified organism crops annually. by James.
Oh, James.
2004. In that same year, Senator Juan Clavier authored a bill on the mandatory labeling of food products with GMOs. The Senate did not pass the bill.
Ha?
Hindi pa rin aprobado. Masyadong mahabang process talaga sa Pilipinas bago natanggap ang genetically modified organisms. So, at 2006, the Philippines became part
Nung kanina, ayan. Of the Carthagena
became
Protocol.
part of the Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. The same year, Executive Order number 514 was issued to address the biosafety requirements of the Cartagena Protocol and establishment of the National Biosafety Technique. Naging part na. So, pag naging part na siya ng malaking agency ba yan?
Yes. Parang gano'n na din.
Organization ng Philippines, kaya parang medyo natatanggap-tanggap na natin ng Philippines ang genetically modified
Organism.
Noong 2006. Sorry. People became 2010 naman, the Organic Agriculture Act was issued, encouraging organic agriculture than
GMO.
agriculture. So, ito naman, 2010, di ba 2006 natatanggap-tanggap parang medyo na tayo nagiging open na 2010, nag-issue na parang
Organic.
natin pa rin yung organic kaysa sa
GMO.
genetically modified organisms. So, parang may mga
Ang gulo.
problema na. 2012, Representative Dedica Signo, together with the other congressmen, filed a bill pushing for the mandatory labeling of genetically modified food and food products. Today, there is no Philippine biosafety law, only biosafety regulation form under
NBF, National
So,
Biosafety.
2012, wala pa rin yung biosafety law, pero may biosafety
Regulations.
regulations pa lang. And noong 2015, December 2015, the Supreme Court ordered to put an end to the field testing of genetically modified organisms, BT eggplant, and declared Administrative Order number 8 series of 2002 of the Department of Agriculture as null and void. This means that any actions or produce related to GMO importations and propagations is temporary to stop. Meron kasi tayong genetically modified, yung talong sa Pilipinas yun, talagang Pilipinas ang nakapag-gawa noon na parang, kasi di ba yung talong, parang yung papaya din na may spot, di ba yan, yung mga itim-itim sa loob, pag di ba, pag binuksan ko sa talong, pag binuksan mo, kaya yan sa mga brown, yan, sa Philippines yun na nangyari yung genetically modified na talong na masyado ng parang perfect na talong na mas maganda na kasi modified na nga siya. Ito, nagka-issue na parang tinatangkilik na kasi na mas tinatangkilik na pa. Siyempre, yung genetically modified na talong kaysa dun sa
Organic.
Sa organic. Eh kasi siyempre, sayang naman yung pera mo kung lang naman sa mga bulok na talong. Kaya yan, pinag-put stop na, tinigil na yung mga pag-produce ng talong na yun. Kaya, March 7, 2016, five government agencies, namely the Department of Science and Technology, Department of Agriculture, Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Health, and Department of Interior and
Local government.
passed a joint Department Circular Number 1, Series of 2016 on Rules and Regulations for the Research and Development, Handling and Use, Transboundary Movement, Release in the Environment, and Management of the genetically modified plants and plant products derived from the use of modern biotechnology. This joint department circular aids the issuance of new permits of planting. Nabalik na noong 2016, nabalik na parang magkaroon na ulit ng mga genetically modified
Organisms. Thank you.
Genetically, so to sum up, genetically engineering is a emerging field of science. Ang purpose ng genetic engineering is to preserve and prolong life. Yeah. More than 4 decades na ang nakalipas simula ng nakapag-produce tayo ng nakapag-produce ng genetically modified organisms. So, more than 1,000 na ang genetically modified organism ang nagawa simula nung 4 decades na nakalipas na. Simula nung unang na-produce na genetically modified organism. At yung iba, aprobado na ng mga experts at mga government. Siyempre, yung iba, natago pa rin sa mga laboratories para sa patuloy pa rin na sa ongoing research. So, may mga, siyempre, ang GMO, ang genetically modified organism, ay may mga advantages at disadvantages. And ang paggamit ng genetic engineering in both fields and field of medicine and food agriculture. Ang major concern lang naman ng mga against sa genetically
Modified
is
organism.
syempre yung layinggan niya. Parang
Yung nawawala na ng bisa yung
sa cloning naman, hindi ba na yung product, parang more science na lang, hindi na tayo nag-ano yung mga natural way. So, syempre, yung mga scientists, researchers, syempre, masaya sila pag may nagsasucceed na studies o na research. So, there is still a long way to go for GMOs to approve itself as humans seek answer to life's predicaments or as humans play life. So, yun lang. And,
Yay!